my fellow shareholders, the esteemed board of directors, and colleagues, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, whether you are tuning in from your homes or offices. The year 2021 marked the second year of the COVID-19 pandemic. We entered the year hopeful. We said we will bounce back, bounce up, and bounce fast. After all, at that time, the number of new cases was stabilizing, and people just came from a holiday season, raising consumer confidence. And then new COVID-19 variants began to emerge, many of them more transmissible than the original strain. This led to varying degrees of lockdowns throughout the year, stricter and lengthier than 2020, all meant to help curb the spread of the virus and save lives. This limited people's mobility and affected restrictions on gatherings, and in our detriment, on the restaurant dine-in capacity, adding more damage to an already battered restaurant industry. That being said, the year had its silver linings too, which were benefiting us today. At the top of this list is the arrival of the life-saving vaccines. To date, more than 60% of the population has already been jabbed, and booster programs are ongoing. Filipinos are now more protected and more resilient against the virus, as evidenced by the short wave we saw with the Omicron variant early this year. More jabs meant better mobility, and in Q4 last year, we saw the beginning of the Philippine reopening. The holiday season in 2021 was definitely more festive than the last. However, it was beset by the arrival of Typhoon Odette, ravaging towns and cities in Visayas and Mindanao. Looking at the events that have transpired in 2021, I see a roller coaster year, complete with its twists and sudden turns. But I also see how the men and women of Shakey's navigated the year with courage and tenacity. Truly, we have learned from 2020, and we came in smarter and more prepared in 2021. We said we would bounce back, and bounce back we did. I am proud to say that our team pulled through, that Shakey's is back, and that 2021 had indeed become our turnaround year. This pandemic has taught us many things, but I believe what drove our performance was the team's resolve to navigate through the pandemic with a long-term view in mind. We focused our strategies towards 5 key pillars. First, the health and safety and well-being of our people were placed at the top of our priorities. We are in the business of serving people, and only if we support the needs of our own people can heartfelt service be provided to our guests. Last year, we launched our company-wide vaccination program and contracted vaccine doses to be given for free on a voluntary basis to all our employees, their dependents, and key business partners. By year-end, 100% of our store employees had been fully jabbed, ensuring their safety and that of our guests in all our stores. Shakey's also launched a program called Project Near and Ready, or Project Nerdy as we call it. We wanted to shorten the travel time of our employees, ensuring that their place of work is within 30 minutes from their homes, a paradigm shift in the industry. By the end of the year, 90% of our Shakey store staff were spending less than 30 minutes to get to their respective stores. The initiative also allows pizza stores to become more crisis-ready. Apart from this ongoing pandemic, frequent typhoons and other force majeure events may impede employees' transit to and from work. By relocating our people to nearby stores, we effectively mitigate disruptions in store operations that may arise from transit issues. Overall, creating a safe and healthy work environment for our employees is a cornerstone of pizza's sustainability. And we will continue to pursue programs that push this agenda forward. Second, in 2020, to navigate through the crippling pandemic, we restructured the business. We learned the hard way to optimize our expenses and identify efficiencies. We continued to streamline in 2021, practiced discipline in managing our expenses, and accelerated our digitization and automation programs. These initiatives may have caused short-term pain, but they also serve a longer-term purpose of unlocking an even higher growth trajectory for the company moving forward. As sales and revenues rise, the reforms made will increase our overall competitive advantage, produce more business, and ultimately deliver significantly better profits. Third, while it was tough for us, we knew that it was even tougher for our guests, families and friends who haven't seen each other and celebrated milestones together. And people have begun to feel the financial impact of the pandemic. Thus, we focused on creating value for our guests. We rolled out relevant value for money promos and bundles to make Shakey's more accessible to our patrons. We launched exciting innovations such as our 18-inch Pizza Americana that is perfect for family celebrations, and introduced more plant-based offerings that promote health and wellness. We also improved the SuperCard with SuperCard Gold, providing more benefits to reward our loyal guests. All these were done in the spirit of guest centricity, which is at the core of everything that we do at Shakey's. Fourth, the dynamic operating environment during these pandemic years have taught us to become more agile in the way we do business. We made strategic pivots that are designed to help us thrive during the times of crisis and position the company for a strong reopening play. Consumers were quick to adapt to digital channels, so we doubled down on our off-premise delivery business to strengthen our presence and quickly establish superiority here. In 2021, we launched the new Shakey's Super App to bring the Shakey's experience to our online guests. To date, our app has garnered over 100,000 downloads and is one of the top food apps online. To further strengthen our off-premise business, we rolled out the game-changing 31-minute delivery guarantee anywhere in Metro Manila last year. We're the only pizza chain that has this capacity in the country, and we aim to expand this value-added service to key cities outside Metro Manila as we move forward. 2021 was also the year we reignited our store expansion program. We built proven, cost-efficient store formats that enabled us to increase our footprint effectively. We maximized existing assets with multi-branded stores and created smaller store formats to open in new areas. The first independent R&B milk tea store, the first ever drive-through milk tea shop in the country, was built last year. This was followed by another drive-through store, this time by Peri Peri. We initially aimed to open 30 new outlets in 2021, but we ended the year with 37 net new stores, exceeding our expectations. Because of all of these initiatives, we are happy to report that we ended the year on a positive note. Shakey's system-wide sales landed at $7 billion, 6% higher versus the year before, despite more prolonged quarantine periods imposed in 2021 relative to 2020. Our bottom line swung to profitability, increasing by $377 million from 2020 and ending with a $123 million net income. Moreover, we were able to uphold our market leadership among full-service restaurant chains and full-service pizza chains. Truly, Shakey's has achieved much in 2021, a full turnaround that served as a testament to the strength of our brands, our stores, and our people. We navigated through the crisis, and all the while, our vision stayed the same: to be the preferred and dominant dine-in and food service player in the country by purposely building a portfolio of wow brands with strong equity and industry-leading margins. Thus, even amidst the pandemic, we beefed up our roster with 2 more brands. We launched Project Pie, an artisanal pizza concept known for its build-your-own pizzas, This is one of the synergies brought about by the entry of our strategic investor, JE Holdings. We are excited to bring this brand back to life and to work with the Gokongwei Group in further growing the business. We also announced our plans on acquiring Potato Corner in 2021. Potato Corner is the undisputed leader in the kiosk-based fries chain segment, an iconic brand with strong equity among both consumers and franchisees, and a highly scalable business model. We have taken over Potato Corner operations in March this year, and already it is shaping up to be a new growth pillar for Shakey's. Today, as I speak, we are in the midst of a Philippine economic reopening, and I firmly believe that we are coming in strong and ready for a reopening play and beyond. We have a great roster of brands, each with a role to play. First, Shakey's, our core legacy brand, with its market leadership position and stable cash flow generation. We can invest in the growth of our rapidly expanding brand, Peri Peri, and fund our emerging brands, R&B and Project Pi. These emerging brands are specially designed to capitalize on evolving consumer needs, thereby future-proofing the business. Potato Corner, on the other hand, will help us unlock further opportunities in the global arena, solidifying the brand's leadership in the flavored French fries and kiosk segments. Yes, we are primed to grow long-term, but this being said, we vow to never be complacent. The biggest lesson learned during this crisis is that we should expect continuous and accelerating disruptions as the norm in the future. Our current solutions and existing business models will not always be effective. Hence, it is imperative that we continuously evolve. Grounded on a solid core, we must further strengthen our existing competitive advantages and create new ones that are truly relevant in this ever-changing environment. We must empower our people and equip them with the right skills to be at the forefront of the industry. We must execute all our strategies with excellence and rigor. And of course, we must etch in stone the discipline we have learned during the pandemic. Thus far, we are on the right track. We achieved 2.2 billion in system-wide sales in the first quarter of 2022, growing by 33% versus the same period in 2021. Net income was at 76 million, almost 3 times higher than last year. We've been opening stores as well, 5 in the first quarter, 1 of which is in Singapore, bringing our store network to 321 as of end March, sans Potato Corner, which in turn opened 39 outlets in the first quarter of 2022, bringing its total store network to 1,311 stores globally. Given all these, and barring any recurrence of extreme pandemic lockdowns and other major external factors, we are still seeing that 2022 system-wide sales will, at a minimum, return to pre-pandemic level, even likely exceeding 2019. We are fully supporting our expansion plans this year with capital expenditure targets at the unprecedented level of at least 650 million. There are some headwinds that we need to look out for. Inflation continues to be on the rise, with higher input prices impacting our profitability. This may also lead to curbed demand. And COVID is not yet over, so we must always be prepared for the probability of a resurgence. Thus, we continue to pursue efficiencies and cost optimization measures to mitigate the headwinds. I am quite certain that by doing all these, we can kickstart a new growth run for Shakey's and hopefully repeat the unprecedented 16 consecutive years of double-digit growth for both top line and bottom line as we soar to new beginnings. It is in this spirit that I would like to announce that we will be gladly recommending to the Board of Directors a dividend of 3 centavos per share. As stewards of your capital, we remain prudent in managing the company's resources, but we recognize the great progress that the company has made in 2021. Thus, we would like to thank you, our shareholders, for the faith and support that you have given to the company even in the midst of crisis. Our turnaround in 2021 would not have been possible if it weren't for the heroes of this pandemic, our people. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincerest gratitude to our employees. Through thick and thin, you have braved through this pandemic to serve and to wow. To our business partners and franchisees, thank you for your incessant trust and support for Shakey's. We are privileged to be working alongside you in growing this business. To our Board of Directors, your counsel and guidance have been invaluable throughout. Thank you for helping us steer the company toward greater heights. And last, but certainly not the least, to our guests. We are here because of you, and we have survived because of your loyalty. We aim to become stronger, to serve you better, and create wowing dining experiences so that you can have a great time with your family and friends and create great memories through Shakey's. On behalf of the men and women of Shakey's, Peri Peri, R&B, Project Pie, and Potato Corner, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you at our stores. God bless.